Assalamu alaikum everyone. If everybody can actually take their seats so I can get going with this program and we can all finish before 9 p.m. (9:30). I heard that. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome everyone for our annual Academy Awards for the MYSL Soccer League. Time passes really quickly. Like it was just yesterday that we were standing in the same position, handing out the same awards. It's actually amazing how time is passing, but it's an honor for all of us. Today, on behalf of myself and my co-MC, Lena, that we welcome all of you to this fantastic event that we all look forward to. So to get us going, I'd like to call upon an old friend of the MYSL who's had his doors open to our request on multiple occasions. He's there for us when we call. I'd like to call on Sheikh Mustafa Khaddab, who's the Imam of the Anatolia Islamic Center, to say a few words and get us going.
Assalamu alaikum and good morning. So I'm a farmer from Egypt, so I'm gonna tell you a little story about myself so we'll be able to appreciate the Muslim Youth Soccer League and the volunteers. So I was born in Egypt 40 years ago with no potential of getting any education like most people in the village. And alhamdulillah, my mom fought for me to go to school. And I was lucky, I was the first person ever in the history of my family to go to school. And I went all the way, got all the degrees from Al-Azhar, bachelor's degree, master's degree, PhD degree. I became a professor of Islamic studies and English at Al-Azhar. I moved to North America in 2007, and alhamdulillah I did Canada's first ever published translation of the Quran in English. Takbir. Thank you. So, my father was a great man, very loving, very caring, but he hated sports. So I couldn't watch soccer on TV. I couldn't play soccer. So every time he saw me playing soccer, he fixed me up, New York style, Harlem style, and he said, you know, you need to go to work in the farm. And I told him, why can't I watch soccer on TV? And he said, these guys are so violent. They hit each other when they play. And guess what? The whole day he was watching Hulk Hogan and John Cena play free wrestling. It didn't make any sense to me. He didn't allow me to play soccer with the kids because he said, if you play soccer, you will be a failure at school. But you need to focus on your studies. And in the meantime, he had me work in the farm 10 hours straight. He had no problem. Also, swimming was not allowed back then. We had the Nile River right behind our farm, so he didn't allow us to go because he was, you know, caring and he didn't want us to drown and so on and so forth. So one day, I had an accident. I was about to die, so I decided I have to learn how to swim because no one was there. I was coming late and they built a new bridge in Egypt and there was a hole, they didn't cover it, which is the norm. So I was about to die and I said to myself, if there's no one there to save me, I would have died. Like, I have to learn how to swim. So every day my dad would go to get a little siesta in the afternoon, so I would sneak and go and learn how to swim in the river. And I took my young brother with me. And eventually my dad found out that we learned how to swim. We became expert swimmers, me and my brothers. And he actually appreciated it because one day, he had a big herd of sheep. We used to take them once or twice a year to the river to wash them so we can cut the wool and take it and sell it. So one of the sheep, when we put them in the river, one of them strayed and was taken away by the current. Me and my brothers, we jumped into the river and my dad was saying, you're gonna drown, come back. I said, okay, forget about it. So we brought the sheep back and he was so excited. And he said, how did you learn how to swim? I said, Mu'jiza, it's a miracle, you know, takbir. So My school was an escape for us. Now I can go to school early, play before the classes start, and the field was very dusty, no grass, it was not paved. We didn't have the proper shoes, and we didn't want to destroy the shoes either. They were made of plastic, very simple. So we used to play barefooted. I remember one day, I'll never forget, I was about to kick the ball, and I missed, and I kicked the wall. So till this day, my right foot, my fingers are like this. They're tilted a little bit. So I said, next time I don't want to get hurt again. I'm gonna put my shoes on. The next day, I was playing with a team. The other team was kicking the ball, and I wanted to score. And actually, I didn't hit the ball with my head. It was the other guy's shoe. It flew. It came straight to my head, and I cut myself again, and I went to the hospital. But now, alhamdulillah, I'm a player with the Muslim Youth Soccer League. You saw me earlier in the picture. I scored some fantastic goals. Even Maradona would be jealous. And I think my dad would be proud of me. He passed away in 2004. So, in the last couple of minutes of my talk, I'll talk a little bit about volunteering and giving your time to this noble cause. It takes a lot of time and effort. This goes back to the concept of sacrifice in Islam, Eid al-Adha, which we celebrated a few weeks ago. So in Islam, when you pray, this is perceived as sacrifice of time. When you give zakat, charity, this is a sacrifice of money. When you fast, this is sacrifice of desire. So when you volunteer, this is sacrifice of time. Just like salah in Islam, like prayer. One of the best stories of volunteering in the Quran is the story of Moses, peace be upon him. You know the story when he killed an Egyptian, one of my people by mistake. He ran to Midian, where he met his future wife, he got married. So there's this interesting story where he left Egypt. He was scared for his life. They say in the tafsir he left with nothing. No shirt, no shoes, no food, no money, no car, no job, nothing. So he went to Midian. He saw these people providing water to their cattle, except for two young women. They held their cattle back, and he said, okay, what's the problem? They said, our father is an old man. We can't offer water to our animals until everyone else is done. He thought this can't be. He came forward and he helped them for nothing. He didn't ask for money or anything, so he volunteered. So eventually one of them came back and she said, my father is inviting you for lunch or dinner to honor your volunteering, your sacrifice, and helping us. And eventually he got married to one of them. Same day he arrived in Midian, he got a job, he got a wife, he got a place to stay, he got food, and he got money. Everything on the same day because he became a volunteer purely for his sake. So we appreciate the sacrifices you guys are doing. You're doing a fantastic job to the community. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless this effort, bless you and your families, bless your time. Make our youth successful and prosperous, and make this country successful, safe, and prosperous. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much, Sheikh Mustafa. And just a few housekeeping. I have no clue where the washrooms are.
So if somebody finds it,
Yes.
let everybody else.
The police. Always go back to the police.
Elevators? Elevators, thank you. Save the day.
Serve and to protect. It's my honor as well to introduce the members of the management team in the MYSL, the people along with everyone else that have been sacrificing their time every weekend. And this is a good chance to tell Khaddab, who's the president, that he should cut down the meeting time from 3 hours to about 2. My wife's. Sorry, honey. Well, listen, I can do this. My wife is complaining. My wife's complaining. Okay. So please stand up and be recognized. Khaddab, please stand up. Lina is right next to me. You're truly Ziad, and I'd like Ammar to stand up. He's right there. He's done a wonderful job. Masoud Malik, please stand up and be recognized. Mushtaq, where's Mushtaq? Mushtaq is right there. He's waving. Fantastic. Hassan, Hamid is not here. He couldn't be with us because he's sick. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant him recovery quickly. Samir Ansari, is he around? He's not here as well. And Sister Samira, who's been doing a wonderful job in the past many years. I'll hand the mic over to my...
Okay, so we're going to start the morning, just in case the coffee hasn't woken you up yet. We're going to play a little game. The game is for a prize, because everybody likes to win. And so what we're going to do is we're going to ask all the volunteers, so unfortunately we are going to exclude the reserve tables, just for this game. You either get to sit in the front or you win a prize. You can't have everything, right? You only get one or the other. So, for the rest of the tables, the volunteers, so if you don't have a reserve sign on your table, you're more than welcome to play this game. It's a rock, paper, scissors game, so something simple. Hopefully everybody knows how to play. For those of you that were here last year, we did the same thing. It was successful, so we wanted to repeat it. So, what you're going to do is at your table, you're going to turn to the person beside you and you will play rock, paper, scissors. You will only do it one time. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3. Okay, we know the rules. Rock, cover, hits scissors, paper covers rock, and then scissors cuts paper. Okay, when you win, you will turn to the next person who won at your table. The goal is to have a table winner. One winner at the table. Okay, we'll do that, and once you have a winner at the table, I will let you know what we're going to do next. Okay, so let's do that. Rock, paper, scissors, everybody, just once. When you win, you move on. Okay, so just one time, rock, paper, scissors. We need one winner per table. One master winner per table.